welcome back to the talk with Akinwumi. So recently, I've been feeling the need to talk a lot more, record a lot more episodes, and I really don't know why. But I feel like this one is a must. I must record it as soon as I can because I don't want the issue to die down. I don't want it to skip my mind again. I don't want to get engaged with other stuff and eventually forget about this thing that I want to say. This is another episode of Unscripted Unwind, but this is actually serious talk, to be honest. It's kind of funny, but it's really not. It's actually serious talk. So, I was just on social media like Instagram a couple of minutes ago, and I was just reading through, checking, the blogs and, all those people that talk on social media. I don't want to give free adverts for anyone, but you know what I'm talking about. And to be very honest, it's very sad when, I'm a Nigerian, a proud Nigerian at that, but unfortunately, I don't live in Nigeria anymore. And it's very sad when you have to look back and then you don't hear, most of the things you hear are not good news. It's really, really sad. It's not the best. It's not the best because I have friends that they can look back home and say, if this place doesn't work for them, they can just travel back to their country. I don't have that luxury to do that. I can do it, but why would I do it? It's not like I'm coming home to something better. It's sad when you have to look back and see that since you left, things have deteriorated. I linked up with one of my friends the other day, and we're talking about, because, we've been friends for quite a while, and we got to this country about the same time. And around the time we came, £1 to £1 was about 700 naira. £1 to a naira was about 700. Now it's well over 2,000 naira. Nothing is improving. And then a lady on social media had the audacity to come out. She had the braveness to come out. And then some elders that call themselves elders, they started threatening her for some absolutely weird reasons. I don't know why they just started attacking her for no reason. Like basically, that was basically cyberbullying. But we're not going to go into that. That is I don't know. When some people say they put themselves in the position of elders, I don't rate them, because sometimes, because you are old or because age-wise you're old, doesn't mean in your head, in your brain. I mean, that doesn't mean your head is also old, or you have that level of wisdom. I'm actually trying so hard not to go full on, but you get what I mean. The frustration is actually getting to me. It's frustrating, honestly speaking, and it's like, okay, the youths are beginning to come out, but then these elders that call themselves elders are supposed to act like elders are the ones like they're the ones that are hindering the youth, basically. I said it a couple of weeks ago, or in one of my episodes, that it will get to a point. I don't know if I said it on the episode, but I know I've said it recently. That it will get to a point that the youth will rebel against these so-called elders, and it will not be funny. Because if you go back to, I'm a fan of history, like the world wars and all those kind of stuff. I've been listening to podcasts about them. I've been reading about them. It's kind of interesting. For World War One, the youths took an interest in wars. They took an interest in wars because in their lifetime, they've not seen wars. And when the World War would break out, the youths were at the forefront of it. It will not be any different now. If the youths decide, I'm not saying there's going to be a war anytime soon, but if the youths decide to get serious, they decide to come together, they will topple the elder government or whatever they call themselves. Because it's actually really, really frustrating. I actually have to stand up for this. It's actually frustrating. I keep saying this, frustrating when you have to hear stuff like this, when you have to deal with stuff like this, and you just think, why? Sometimes I don't question the fact that I'm in Nigerian. I'm actually grateful for the fact that I'm in Nigerian, because people in school ask me what it's like to be in Nigeria. How is it like in Nigeria? Nigeria is a very good country, no lies. But the bad people, and I'm not even focusing on the others alone, the youths as well, you're not doing enough. The bad attitudes, like the stuff that we said our elders are doing that is wrong, that we're also doing, like corruption and all those kind of things. Basically, the average human is corrupt. If you see a little money to line in your pocket, you will look away and turn away the bad things. But if you're going to start real change starts with you yourself that are listening to me now. Real change starts with you. If you say, okay, uh I'm not going to line my pockets, I'm going to be straightforward. It's not easy. Yes, obviously it's not going to be easy. But you need to be straightforward. You need to be straightforward, not being twisty and twisty and twisty. The other day I was watching this video of the president's son, Sheyi Tinubu. It was actually funny. It was like basically being an hype man for his dad. And I'm like, brother, this isn't a WWE promo. Like, it was literally hyping him, like, when Paul Heyman is like hyping up Roman Reigns. That's how it was. And it was actually embarrassing to see. Like, bro, you're supposed to be an advocate for the youth. Go and tell your daddy that you this and this is happening. If not that, don't let me go into that. But basically, you're the president's son. You're supposed to be an advocate for the youth. You're supposed to be at the forefront of everything. But no, you have your own selfish interest at heart that you're going to do whenever. I don't know. But everything you're supposed to be doing as the president's son, you've not even done half of it, and you're there hyping your father up when everything is literally going down. It's literally going down. Ever since, I don't know, someone was doing some analysis on TikTok the other day about how since the APC government came into power, how everything has just skyrocketed. And the analysis was actually crazy, because around the time I was born was around that Yaradua time, I think. I think Obasanjo, then Yaradua, then I really don't remember how it works, to be fair. But I remember when Yaradua died, I was about 3 or 2 years old. And then Jonathan took over power and then all that kind of stuff. And then Buhari in 2015, and yeah, that one. Ever since that APC government started in 2015, the person did analysis to the extent that the prices of goods and services have like tripled or quadrupled. I don't know how mad that is. I know that it's kind of like everywhere, but that's actually mad. Why is it that when you go into power, everything just started going haywire and you're basically doing nothing about it? That's mental, bro. I'm actually holding myself back. I don't want to go on and explode and go on a full rant, but it's actually really, really annoying. And then again, my focus is you that are listening to me. Change will not come and meet you in where you are. Make the effort. Make the effort. Look at the girl that um went on a rant and then called her everything that everyone was threatening her. She took an initiative. I'm not saying you should do that. No, I'm not saying you should do that. But then there are other things that you could do with yourself. Like you could, you know, go like I really don't know what you can do, but really change starts with you. And if you do not start, if you do not start, if you don't start finding ways you can start to change, it could literally be at your school or your class. Be the change factor. I'm not trying to sound innocent or anything. Everything I'm saying here, I'm also talking to myself. In my class here, I think I'm the oldest or something. Weird thing. I don't want to go into that details. But then you see my classmates, they're always like very rude and stuff like that. And I just don't know. I just like there's literally no need to be rude because I'm trying to learn. The luxury you have, I don't have that kind of luxury. And when they're making noise and stuff like that, they don't like include me in their stuff. You get that kind of thing. Be that person that okay, when they are doing all this like bad stuff, doing all these bad things or things that are not good, quote and unquote. Be that one person that will not be involved in it. You don't need all these kind of things. Be that change. Be that agent of change that would force a change. Listen, this Nigerian government and everything and every government in the world, a change is coming. And I know what I'm saying. A change is coming. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but a change is coming. And all these old people in power, and it's just a matter of time. Because I know my generation will be the one to ignite this change, to spark the revolution. Before my birthday, I kept saying the revolution is about to be televised. The revolution is about to be televised. If you know, you know. But the revolution is about to be televised. And each and every one of you, each and everyone in my generation will be a partaker of this revolution. And I pray that this revolution is for good. Okay, I think that's the end of my rant. This is not actually how I wanted it to turn out eventually. But this is not actually how it was going to turn out eventually. If I had gone on the path I was actually treading, it would have been worse than this. But it's calm. So yeah, be that agent of change. Don't conform to the bad things that you've seen. Be that agent of change. Be that agent of change. And may God help you. May God help me. May God help all of us. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Amen.